Track 2.13.
Architect, Photo D. Cleaner, Dentist. Engineer, Photo A. Farm worker. Hairdresser, Photo B. Paramedic, Photo C. Pilot. Programmer. Receptionist. Sales assistant. Solicitor. Sports coach. Travel agent. Waiter.
Track 2.14. Speaker 1. Tom.
I really wanted to work outdoors over the summer, so when I saw the advertisement for a job as a gardener, I applied for it. I did it for 5 weeks, and to be honest, I didn't really enjoy it very much. I was unlucky with the weather. It was a very rainy summer. But the main problem was I had to do the same thing every day. It got really boring because there was no variety. At least the hours weren't too long. I started at 10 in the morning and finished at 4 in the afternoon. Then I went home. Most days I didn't see another person all the time I was there. I didn't like that either, really. I prefer working with other people.
Speaker 2. Katie.
I really enjoyed my job at a summer camp. It was 7 days a week, so hard work, but that was fine. The children had lessons in the morning. Then every afternoon I'd do sports with them. Football, volleyball, athletics, lots of different things. There were 5 of us working as sports coaches. We all got on really well, which was great, and we helped each other to plan the afternoon. We arranged matches and competitions for the evenings too, so we usually had to work really late, but we didn't mind. Seeing the children enjoying themselves and learning new activities was great. I loved it.
Track 2.15.
Hi, Mia. Are you okay? You look a bit anxious.
I've got a job interview in 20 minutes.
Oh, I won't chat then, I promise.
It's okay. I'm going to leave soon anyway. I need to walk to Hilltop Road. Is it far?
Not really. It'll take about 10 minutes.
Oh no, look at that rain. I'm going to get wet.
I'll lend you my umbrella.
It's okay, I'll call a taxi.
There isn't time for that. Here, take it.
Oh, thanks. I'll give it back later. Where will you be?
I'll wait here for you. Good luck.
Track 2.16. A.
Kathy wants to become a journalist. However,
B.
working as a pizza delivery man is quite stressful. What's more,
C.
I think builders have a very boring job. What I mean is,
D.
the job of gardener is very skilled and challenging. In spite of this,
E.
I'd like to have a job that pays well, such as
F.
the job of sales assistant is very tiring. That's because
Track 2.17. Speaker A.
Kathy wants to become a journalist. However, her father wants her to work in the family shop.
Speaker B.
Working as a pizza delivery man is quite stressful. What's more, it's badly paid.
Speaker C.
I think builders have a very boring job. What I mean is, the work is very repetitive.
Speaker D.
The job of gardener is very skilled and challenging. In spite of this, it isn't very well paid.
Speaker E.
I'd like to have a job that pays well, such as stunt performer or police officer.
Speaker F.
The job of sales assistant is very tiring. That's because you're on your feet all day.
Track 2.18.
Today, in our series about unusual jobs, I'm talking to Sean Aiken. Sean spent a year doing not one job, but 52, one for each week of the year. Hello, Sean, and welcome to the show.
Hi.
So, when did you come up with this idea?
When I finished university, I realized I had no idea what I wanted to do.
So, how did you come up with the idea of 52 jobs?
Well, my dad said I should do something I was passionate about, but I didn't know what that was. So I set up the website oneweekjob.com. I asked employers all over the world to give me a job for just 1 week so I could find out what I enjoyed.
Was it difficult to get 52 different jobs?
Some people offered me a job when they heard about what I was doing, but I found most of the jobs by searching online.
What kind of jobs did you do?
Radio DJ, fireman, a journalist, yoga teacher, baker. They weren't all in one place, of course, so I had to travel a lot.
Did you take any holiday?
No, I worked for 52 weeks without stopping. It was incredibly tiring, and I was always short of money.
Didn't your employers pay you?
They paid me, but I donated all of my wages to charity.
What was the most challenging job?
Working on a farm. That was so hard. I had to get up at 5 o'clock every morning, and the work was very tiring.
And what did you learn from your 52 jobs?
Well, you need to be really passionate about what you do. It's more than just money, and it's important that you work with people that you get on with and who have similar interests to you.
So, would you do it again?
Well, at the moment, I'm helping other people to do their own 52-week job project. I've found that I'm passionate about helping others.
Great! So, if anyone listening likes the sound of that, get in touch with Sean. Thank you for coming in and talking to us, Sean.
Track 2.19.
Cooperate. Ex-wife. Microchip. Multicoloured. Overcooked. Post-war. Rewrite. Semicircle. Undercooked.
Track 2.20.
A. Back in 2012, Andrew Johnson planned to apply to a film school after graduation, rather than look for a job. But then his dad noticed an advertisement for a job with toy manufacturer Lego. Andrew, who was already a Lego fan, sent in an application. It included a video of himself making models. The company loved it and invited him to participate in an unusual interview. He had to compete against 7 other finalists in a model building test. Andrew won. As a result, he was employed at Legoland Discovery Center in Illinois as a master model builder. Lego was just a hobby, but now I can do what I love and get paid for it, said Andrew happily in an interview. B. Some film providers, like Netflix, employ people to watch new films and TV series, then ask them to make a note of what type of film it is, horror, rom-com, etc., what age group and type of person might like it. The film provider can then recommend it to their members. Joe Mason finished his degree in film studies about 2 years ago and didn't know what to do next. Then he read an article about film taggers. The job was so fantastic, and he wrote to Netflix. At first, they weren't interested, but when Joe told them he speaks fluent French, they gave him a job. He watches French films and TV programs. "It's a great job because I can have flexible working hours," said he. The only problem with the job is that Joe can't choose what he wants to watch.
Track 2.21.
So, we have 3 jobs available this summer. Have you had a chance to look at them?
Yes, I have. I'm not sure about the job of fruit picker. Although it's well paid, it'll be very tiring. You have to work all day in the fields. Not only that, it might be rainy too, so you'll get very wet and cold.
Some people like the idea of being outside in the fresh air all day.
I know, but I prefer working inside.
Well, what about the job of sales assistant?
Yes, I quite like the look of that one. I'm very keen on fashion, so I'll find it interesting to work in a clothes shop. I'm sure I'll enjoy it, even though the hours are long. And the money isn't great.
What about this third job, dishwasher? It's better paid than the sales assistant.
Yes, I like the idea of being part of a team, but I don't think washing up in a restaurant kitchen will be very rewarding. It'll be really repetitive.
So, which job do you want to apply for?
Well, not fruit picking. That's really hard work and I'm not very physically fit. Not the job of dishwasher either. The job is quite well paid. However, I really don't want to work in a kitchen. So I'd like to apply for the job of sales assistant. The pay is not very good. Nevertheless, I'm choosing this job because I'm interested in fashion.
Track 2.22.
Anita Perilli was born in 1942 in Littlehampton, a town in the south of England. After leaving school, she trained as an English teacher, but before she found a job, she decided to travel around the world. When Anita returned to Britain, she met a Scottish man called Gordon Roddick. They fell in love and got married. They had 2 daughters and moved to Brighton. It was there in 1976 that Anita Roddick opened the first body shop store. She wanted to sell cosmetics that were natural and not tested on animals. She also recycled the bottles that contained her products. Customers could bring them back to the shop and refill them. 6 months later, she opened another shop, and by 1991 there were 700 body shop stores. By 2004, the body shop had over 2,000 stores, with 71 million customers in 51 countries. Anita Roddick was passionate about social and environmental issues. She gave money to many charities, including Greenpeace and Amnesty International. She joined anti-globalization protests and criticized big oil companies that did not invest in renewable energy. Near the end of her life, she sold Body Shop to L'Oreal, one of the world's largest cosmetic companies. Many of her customers were angry, but she gave most of her money to charities. She died in 2007 at the age of 64.
Track 2.23.
Jamsetji Narsarwanji Tata was an Indian industrialist and entrepreneur. He was one of the most influential people in the world of industry and is often called the father of Indian industry. It all started in 1858 when Jamsetji joined his father's export trading business. He worked there until he was 29, when he started his own company, a cotton mill. He went on to establish several other cotton mills. His companies became famous for being efficient and producing the best quality cotton. In 1898, Tata donated 14 buildings for a research institute that later became the Indian Institute of Science. His family gave a lot of money to education and scientific research and helped the progress of science in India. In 1901, Tata began organizing large steel factories. After he died in 1904, his 2 sons continued his steel companies until they became the largest private steel makers in India. Tata Steel, in fact, became one of the largest steel companies in the world. Tata's family went on to create many companies, including the Tata Power Company, India's largest private electricity company, and in 1932, Tata Airlines, which eventually became Indian Airlines. Since then, they have also bought a London-based tea company and British car companies Jaguar and Land Rover. The Tata family have been incredibly successful and have done a lot to help people in India. Their business empire is still going strong today.
Track 2.24. 1.
Do you enjoy adventure? Have you ever been whitewater rafting or canoeing on a river? If the answer is yes, then you're the kind of person we're looking for to work on our summer camps. We have summer activity camps in the south of France in July and August this year. Experience of working with young people is preferred. All our staff have 1 day off a week and the opportunity for travel at the end of August. Please see our website for more details.
2.
I'm a creative person and I enjoy making things. I'm good at selling things too. At the moment, I'm making silver jewellery and selling it on the internet. When I leave school, I'd like to study business and finance at university. Then I'll work for a company for a couple of years before I set up my own business. I'm really interested in business, so I'm sure I'll be successful.
3.
I've always wanted to be an actor. When I was at school, I was in the drama club and I performed in all the school plays. I was also in a drama club outside school on Saturdays. I learned a lot of skills there. We did acting, of course, but also singing and dancing. I got my first part in the theatre when I was 10, in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Then I did some adverts on TV and then some children's TV.